Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 6th day of October, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at 103.3 FM, and if you're listening anywhere else on the planet, you've gone to our website to tune in. That's ksje.com, or perhaps you're listening through the new KSJE app. We are glad to have you with us, of course. A welcome also to our viewers who are watching this morning. The video of this program streaming out live right now to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So glad that you are all with us today, because coming up, my guest this morning from the Family Crisis Center will be talking about Domestic Violence Awareness Month during the month of October, some of the things they have planned, and of course all the services and programs they offer to the community. That is the focus of our program this morning, coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then later on this Monday morning, we'll do what we do at 8:50 a.m. talking technology. It's our Monday Reboot segment. That's coming your way later on this hour right here on KSJE as well. That makes way for Roving with the Arts, our weekday classical music program. That is coming up next hour at 9:06 after the news. Mikes will take us roving with the arts. And don't forget, if you're a social media person, you can also connect with us on Instagram, on Blue Sky, and on X, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And our podcasts are available wherever you listen to podcasts, so subscribe for free and maybe check out a new local program that you may have missed, or better yet, you can download the new KSJE app. There it is. It's available now, KSJE Radio at the App Store and Google Play. It connects you directly to our podcasts and the stream, and you can stay connected on the go. The KSJE app available now. Outside our studios at San Juan College, currently a sunny Monday morning. It's right now 50 degrees at the moment. We are expecting not that warm weather. It's going to be a little cooler than that today. Sunshine today with a high in the lower 70s today in Farmington. Overnight lows in the 40s, and a little bit cooler again tomorrow as well. I'll be back with my guests from the Family Crisis Center right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The most important ingredients to sustaining health and wellness are the resources and tools that help you live a vibrant and healthy life. At San Juan Regional Medical Center, the goal is to promote health by making sure those resources are available. Find the path to the best life at lifebetterhere.com. San Juan Regional Medical Center. Better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin Morning Program on KSJE.
My guest this morning on the program, as I mentioned, from the Family Crisis Center. I want to welcome them back to KSJE to talk about Domestic Violence Awareness Month during, of course, the month of October. Welcome to KSJE. Soberta Bitsui is here. Good morning and welcome back. Great to have you here.
Good morning.
Thank you. Aaron Newman is here as well from the Family Crisis Center. Aaron, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And also Meleri Standing Rock is here as well. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you all for coming in and being with me this morning. And Soberta, let's talk with you a little bit about the Family Crisis Center and some of the things that you work on, of course, and all the things that the Family Crisis Center does in the community, too.
Good morning. I'm Soberta, Development Training Manager at Family Crisis Center. Thank you for letting us be here again to talk to you about the importance of domestic violence in our community. Like you said, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we just want to let our community know that we are a great resource for families affected by domestic violence. So we've been in the community since 1978, and we offer shelter and counseling services to our victims and survivors of domestic violence, and the services we offer to them are free. And then we also offer counseling for the offenders in the situation. We have a batterers intervention program that we offer for both men and women. One program is called HEAL, which stands for Helping Explore Accountable Lifestyles, and then the one for women is called Women Who Use Force. So we just want to let people know that we're a great resource for people to contact us. We have a crisis hotline that people can call us for help. For example, if a victim's fleeing her abuser, she can call our crisis hotline, and I can go ahead and share those numbers with you. They
Yes,
can call
please do.
us at 505-564-9192 or 888-440-9192. And again, our advocates will answer the call anytime that they do call, so they can call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we just encourage people to call us if they do need help.
Nice. And I think it's really important that folks realize that there are these services and help available 24 hours a day. So I think when anyone who's in a relationship that includes violence, when they decide to leave that relationship, if they need to go somewhere or talk to somebody, those voices and those places are always available in our community.
Correct. So we just, let people know that we are here to help. So we are located at 208 East Apache if they want to come in as a walk-in. So that's also another way to use our services.
Right.
And then just to highlight the awareness of domestic violence, we have a couple activities coming up in the month, and we really want to invite the community to participate. On October 12th, we'll have a DV fun walk at Burke Park. We'll be set up at the pavilion closest to San Juan Boulevard. Our event starts at 9 o'clock. People can register, and then we're going to give out 50 free t-shirts to our participants that are going to be coming, and then we'll have goodie bags for them when they finish. And then we're also asking people to wear purple and then bring their pets. So we encourage people to come with their dogs.
Nice. Very good. Is there a registration amount that you're suggesting?
Free registration.
Free registration?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Really just letting people aware of what we're doing and what we do for the communities, and then it'll give us a chance to talk to people that have questions about our services and what we're doing.
Okay.
And then we also have a another event on October 30th. We're going to do a trunk and treat that will be in our parking lot, and we're collaborating with a couple other community partners. So we encourage the kiddos to come over with their costumes and get some candy from us on October 30th, and that will be from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay. Very good. I'll ask you about those two at the end of our interview, because to remind folks of all these things that are coming up. But that's great. And thank you for being here. As I said, once again, let me turn to Aaron Newhouse a little bit. Pardon me, Aaron Newman, about the work that you do at Family Crisis Center. And you are the senior program coordinator, working a lot with the counselors and other of the programs of Family Crisis Center.
Yes. Good morning, Scott. So I work as an elder advocate for older adults who are 60 and older, who are experiencing elder abuse or exploitation, helping them, advocating them through their process, working through how we can increase their quality of life and ensure their safety, as well as working with the Batterer Intervention Program, which is with our court-appointed clients, so both the men and the women who are choosing to come and receive services for behavior intervention to change their beliefs and develop a life where they can choose not to be abusive, either to prepare themselves for a new relationship or to maintain their current relationship that will be abuse-free.
Got you. And I guess what you deal with, there are these individuals that are coming to you, and in some cases the relationships are over, but in other cases, perhaps if they go through some of your counseling and work hard with you, they can maybe get back in their relationship and learn better behavior. I guess that's the goal, I hope, too, right?
Definitely the goal. Well, each relationship is different. Each situation is different. We will support them on what they feel is best, or what is going to promote safety the most for everyone.
Sure.
In the relationship. So some people are still in their relationships. Others are no longer there.
Right.
So if they are in their relationships and they're wanting to work through, our goal is to promote safety, self-awareness, and personal accountability.
Sure, very important. And I guess it's also true that you hope that perhaps when they get into the next relationship that it's not violent at all, not less violent, but not violent at all. That's
Yes.
the idea, to teach them those new behaviors and new ways, I guess, to deal with whatever it is that causes them to be violent, I suppose.
Yes, yes. So what we teach at the Family Crisis Center is abuse is is a belief system that is learned. It's a learned behavior. We help them identify where in their life that they learned those abusive beliefs. And we get them to a point where they will challenge those beliefs and understand that they always have a choice. And that they have the choice to support their accountability or take away from their accountability. And to be accountable means to choose behaviors that are non-abusive.
Right. And because it's a learned behavior, I suppose it can be an unlearned behavior too.
Yes.
With help.
And that's our goal.
Right. Very important. And Soberta mentioned something, too, that I think is interesting, and that is that you're dealing with both men and women because domestic violence really knows no barriers, really. It can be, anyone can be violent. It could be a female or a male in any type of a relationship. And so you're dealing with clients of both genders, I suppose?
Yes. Anyone can choose to be abusive, and anyone can be a victim.
Right.
So we will offer our service to anyone, whether they're court-appointed or self-referred. So,
Gotcha.
And right now, as we continue to do this work, we're seeing more and more victims from every demographic there is.
Yeah, it really knows no bounds as to who is in a domestic violent relationship, correct?
Yes.
I mean, it could be rich, poor, young, old, male, female, doesn't matter.
Yeah, or any relationship-wise, whether it's same-sex,
Right.
Intergenerationally, even, there are people
Young, old,
coming
sure.
with-
Yeah.
young and old, it doesn't matter. So we will help anyone who is wanting to receive that help.
Very good. And you mentioned self-referral, I know, too, and that's an important thing for someone maybe who is either in an abusive or violent relationship or someone who knows someone who's in an abusive or violent relationship that they can get help. They can refer them or refer themselves to Family Crisis Center to get some of these services you're talking about?
Yes. So if anyone has any of those questions or they're fearful of judgment, shame, or confidentiality, we maintain all of that. That is our priority, to ensure that the individuals who do seek help with us, that we maintain their safety, their confidentiality, and we work with them in a judgment-free environment.
Got you. Very good. And certainly the length of the counseling, it probably depends on each individual and the situation. Is there any average that you would say when folks are signing up, how long it does take maybe to unlearn those behaviors?
Well, it's going to be a lifelong process.
Right.
But our goal is to work with individuals for 52 weeks. It's
a year.
It's a 1 year time frame, but a lot can happen within a year. Anniversaries, birthdays, working through custody, divorce issues. So we want to have some good amount of time to where they can really put what they're learning in the group setting and put it to work out there in their life. And the ups and downs, sometimes they are successful, sometimes they are not. But that's the part of working through it, so they can identify the behaviors and where they need to do the work.
Sure.
But each client has an individual service plan.
Unique to them.
To them from what they're bringing in, and also their length of time that they are with us. We will always work with them to challenge their beliefs, to develop the new beliefs.
Right. And do you ever get follow-ups? Do you ever meet people that maybe you had as clients on the street that come up to you and let you know how they're doing now or how their life has changed for the better, I hope, and from going through the counseling with you or someone on the staff?
Occasionally, but that's part of the confidentiality. If we,
True.
We have many clients, and if they choose to engage us out in the community, that is up to them. But we do hear some success stories, or that more success as in that they're choosing to live a life that is violence-free and safe, that continues to promote their accountability.
Right. That's got to make you feel good when that happens.
It is, yeah. We had a presentation last week, and they were asking about the same thing. And it is stressful in Denver, but it's also a beautiful process to see the work that these individuals put in and their commitment to change.
Right. Very good. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for the work that you do in the community as well with the Family Crisis Center. I want to turn now to Meleri Standing Rock, who is the case manager at the shelter, and talk a bit about the shelter and the work that you do as well. And so when someone comes to the shelter, they are in an emergency situation, and so that is kind of the safe place so that they can at least kind of get away from this abusive relationship. And talk to me about the work that you do.
Yes, exactly. So meeting them where they're at. Basically, we're the ones on the front lines, meeting them as soon as they get out of crisis. So, of course, them calling the crisis line, the hotline. Like Soberta was saying, we're 24-hour service, 7 days a week, so it doesn't matter what time individuals do call. We have transportation services. If they don't have a vehicle, we can meet them at our locations that we tell them about. We also, like they were saying, serve both men and women who
Right.
are escaping domestic violence, also their children, if they have children with them. We also have an on-site kennel. So we have, their pets. Pets, too, also, are experiencing the violence along with their owners, and having them have peace of mind.
Right.
And having their pet come along with them, and not being so worried or stressed out that I left my pet behind. How can I get help with that? Bring them along. We'll house them too. We'll help you find resources to take care of them as well.
Got you. And so your work then is to deal with that, plus to help them, I guess, when they're at the shelter as well, and what they need while they're there?
Yes, we help them reach out to community services, support groups. We also help them with safety planning from the situation that they were in, safety planning for when they choose to go out into public. A lot of them are afraid to go out in public. Let's safety plan. How are you going to help yourself when you go out there? What are you going to do, especially getting back out into the workforce, getting their children into school? We help with those services as well. And like other support groups also, AA, NA, anything that they're needing. Mental health services, if they need to reach out for mental health services, we also help with that as well.
Got you. And of course, the shelter is such a great resource to be able to provide that emergency place for individuals, whether male or female, as you mentioned, or if they're coming with kids or pets, as you say. You're kind of equipped, I guess, to deal with whomever shows up at your door at whatever hour of the day it might be.
Anytime, weekends, just give us a call. Someone's always there to meet you with a friendly face.
Right. That's great. And how long can someone stay at the shelter? Is there a limit or a program?
Yes, we're a temporary shelter, a 90-day temporary shelter. So during that time, we just encourage them to reach out to their services. We help with housing resources, just anything that they're needing at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
And during that 90 days, I get you're evaluating kind of what the situation is, right? And so
Yes.
if you come up, if there's a person who maybe wasn't working in the relationship and now they're on their own and they're trying to figure out how they're going to pay if they have to go back to work or find other resources and things like that, that's all part of the services that if Family Crisis provides it, or if you don't provide it directly, you can refer them to the services that do. Is that the idea?
Yes, or even those that just need to talk to somebody. Let's say, they're not needing shelter services. A lot of individuals need to talk to an individual. We can reach out to our counselors, who are also available to just talk to them, even over the phone, even in the middle of the night. Who just called to say, I don't need your services, but I just need somebody to talk to. We're there for them as well in that capacity.
That's an important point to make, and I'm glad you made that, because maybe there's folks that are getting out of an abusive relationship, and maybe they're staying with a friend or relative and things like that, but yet there's still those other lingering impacts of that abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's important to know, that you've got those resources too that are available. And Soberta, I want to come back to you a little bit, Soberta Bitsui from the Family Crisis Center, a little bit about what we're hearing from your colleagues that are here with us this morning, and these individuals that are coming and seeking out these services and knowing that they're available. And as you mentioned, they've been available for it's too early for me to do the math,
That's
but
47
decades, right? A long, long time. Really important. And I know the Family Crisis Center is supported by a number of organizations and grants and other funding and things like that. So that's important too.
Yeah, we have about 15 different funding sources that support our agency. So we're always looking for people to, donations are good as far as money. Right now, we're not taking any clothing donations or anything like that, but we'll open that up to the community later on. Just to expand about some services that we offer at the shelter, we also offer life skills training, and we also offer information from the counselor that go over to the shelter and talk about domestic violence, what that looks like to our clients, because many of them don't understand the different aspects of how it can occur. It's more than physical. It could be spiritual, financial, emotional, so there's a lot of different parts of physical, or a lot of parts of the abuse that can be happening to them that they're not aware of, and then we just try to empower them for the short time that they're there. And then I also do training with them on financial empowerment, which is basically coming from being financially abused, and try to give them some information on basic money information. How do I create a budget? How do I open up an account at a bank with a password? You know, things like that that they can think about, so when they decide to leave the shelter or leave their offender, they at least have some information to go from.
Right. And you bring up another important point about this issue, and that is that maybe a relationship doesn't have to be a violent, abusive relationship, but it could still be abusive in a different way that's maybe not overly violent. And I guess I'm thinking of the term gaslighting and things like that we hear about. Is that another type of domestic violence that you deal with sometimes?
Exactly. So that could be like verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, and they could all be interrelated. So that definitely, what we are seeing is those things happen first before the physical.
I see. There's a pattern.
Yes.
It seems like.
Yes.
And so you are working to help make people aware of some of these things, to what to watch for and things like that,
So
because I assume it can be very, I don't want to say sneaky, but almost you're not aware that this is happening to you until the violence starts, I guess.
Correct. So part of our mission at Family Crisis Center is education, in addition to the prevention. So that's where the education piece comes in.
I see, right.
And that's also where Aaron and a couple other counselors, we go out into the community and talk about domestic violence. We do presentation to students where we focus on teen dating violence, cyberbullying. We're also doing a presentation to the juveniles on probation, and our presentation centers on youth violence prevention. And then with the older population, we're doing just basic domestic violence 101 on what it is, what it looks like, you know, what are some of the resources that you can seek to overcome those issues. So we really try to do as much community awareness as we can. So we always are open to doing presentations to anybody that reaches out to us, and they can reach me at the office and we can go from there.
Got it. That's very important too. And I would imagine these groups are pretty receptive to your messaging. They're inviting you in, so they want to hear what you have to say and learn about these, I guess, techniques and these types of relationships that could become abusive.
Exactly. I just got a call from an elementary school last week. They wanted me to come out and talk to their kids about cyberbullying. So this is one of our younger populations that we really haven't had a chance to reach out to. So I'm excited to be going out to their school to talk to them about cyberbullying, because they see that as a problem in their school. So I'm excited to go out there and talk to the young people.
Right. Very true. And it's a little maybe shocking for us to hear that that's a problem at elementary school. But,
Right.
but it is.
Yes, it
and
is
so
happening.
that's what's happening as well. I am hearing, though, that with the new policy about cell phones in schools, that maybe that is cutting down a little bit on some of this, and we'll have to wait and see if that comes to pass. But that could be maybe a glimmer of hope in some of these situations.
I like that idea.
Right, right. I bet you would. You deal with it right on, so that's true. Aaron, I want to come back to you a little bit about what Soberta was talking about with the work that you do out in the field with schools and groups and things like that. When you talk to these groups, it's about some of these same issues that we're talking about this morning?
Yes, our goal is to increase that self-awareness and also the education. You said, there are many forms of abuse that they may not be aware of. A lot of people who are being abused don't understand that they are being abused, whereas also those who choose to abuse have lived a life of it for so long, and they're not as aware of it as either. They feel it's normal. It's just normal behavior. This is what I've seen growing up and this is what I'm going to do, because this is all I've ever done. So as we bring in this intervention portion and education, it brings that awareness that, oh, I am abusive. I need to change what I'm doing.
And talking to some of these students, maybe even at the earlier grades, that's got to be maybe helpful to try to instill some of these more healthier ideas of relationships in their minds as young kids.
Yes. Part of our group sessions too with adults, they always brought that up, or they bring it up consistently, that they wish they would have had this information when they were younger. And so that also is our encouragement to get out there with the younger population, to bring that exposure to them, let them know that there is abusive behaviors. You can either be the one choosing to abuse or the one receiving it, and there are healthy relationships, and this is a healthy relationship. This is a safe relationship. If you are not in a healthy, safe relationship, this is what you need to do.
Gotcha. And these types of things, I think, too, can be, not always, but can be generational. If mom and dad were arguing all the time or in an abusive relationship, does that mean that the kids see that as kind of quote-unquote normal, even though it's not normal? But is that kind of an accepted thing with younger kids in the household, saying, well, if mom and dad are doing it, I guess that's what a relationship is all about, or what it looks like to me?
It is a learned behavior. And that's what they see, and not everyone, but a majority of them do continue that type of dynamic within the relationship.
Right, and that's a good point. It doesn't occur in every family. It's not generational in everybody dealing with that.
Well, also, that's just part of it. Some people do see that, right? And they experience it, what they're going through, and they make that choice early on. That's not what I want for my family. And many of them don't want that either, but they continue to do it because that's what they know.
Sure. Understood. And again, as we're learning this morning, there are resources available if that is the situation for a lot of these individuals too. So that's important to remind folks about. So great. Very good. Well, we are just about out of time this morning, everybody, but I really appreciate you coming in. Soberta, I wanted to come back to you to ask about these events that are coming up at the end of the month. Once again, if you'd repeat kind of what you've got planned, and then before we go, I'll have you repeat that hotline number again for us one more time as well. But what have you got coming up at the end of the month? Your walk and your trick-or-treat event, right?
Yes, just a reminder that we're going to have a domestic violence fun walk on October 12th at Berg Park. It starts at 9 o'clock and ends at 1. We'll be encouraging people to wear purple, bring their animals. You can walk your dogs. And then we're also going to give out free 50 free t-shirts to anybody that comes to our event. And what you'll do is register at the table, and then when you're done with your walk, we'll have some goodies and treats to give out at the end. And then we're also going to do a trunk or treat event on October 30th in front of our admin office, and that will be from 4 to 6. And we just encourage the kids to come over and show off their costumes and get some candy.
There you go. Right there on Apache is where you'll have that, right? So very good. And then those hotline numbers, if you wouldn't mind sharing those once again for us.
We have 2 hotline numbers. They are 505-564-9192 and then 888-440-9192.
And those are answered 24 hours a day?
Yes.
7 days a week?
Correct.
365 days a year?
That's right.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you all very much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Soberta Bitsui, thank you for being here. Aaron Newman, thank you for being here. And Meleri Standing Rock, thank you for being here as well, all three of you, and for the work that you all do at the Family Crisis Center. Thank you very much. They're my guests this morning here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.